She had her eyes cut out with a rusty spoon. Her eye sockets bled. Her sister smiled. And this is the story of the stolen eyes, one of the darkest fairy tales ever written. Once, in a crumbling village curled beneath the shadow of the Apennine Mountains, there lived a girl named Livia. She had been born with the most striking eyes, wide and moonlit, pale blue like the frozen dawn. Her family, cruel and covetous, hated her for them. Her stepmother, a bitter woman with twisted fingers and a venomous tongue, believed the girl's beauty brought shame to her own children. So one night, while the house slept, she crept to Livia's bedside with a rusted spoon and whispered, "You won't need these where you're going." And then she tore the eyes from Livia's face. The girl awoke screaming, pain blossoming like fire behind her sockets. Blinded and sobbing, she was cast from the house and left to wander the hills alone. The villagers saw her stumble past their doorways, face bloodied and empty, and turned their backs, muttering that some fates were earned. But Livia walked. She walked through thorn-thick woods, along black rivers, through rain and night and birdsong. The world was a blur of scent and sound. And then, deep in the forest, she came upon a crooked hut that smelled of earth and smoke. Inside lived a witch, or perhaps a ghost, old as time, with bark for skin and milky eyes of her own. She took pity on the girl and said, "I cannot give you new eyes, but I can tell you where your stolen ones sleep." She lit a small fire from bone and lavender and whispered names into the smoke. It curled like a serpent and pointed Livia to the very house she had fled, where her stepsister now paraded before a mirror, wearing Livia's eyes as her own. "Take them back," said the old woman, "but do not stain your hands. If your cause is just, the dead will rise and speak." Livia returned by night. She entered the house in silence, guided by memory and hatred. And when she found her stepsister asleep beneath a silver moonbeam, she touched the girl's face, and something ancient stirred in the dark. The stolen eyes opened. They recognized their true owner. And then, as if drawn by unseen threads, they left the stepsister's skull, crawling free like insects, and floated back to Livia's empty sockets. As her sight returned, so did the spirits. Ghosts rose from the floorboards. Soot-stained faces, empty-bellied children, and blind old women, all those the stepmother had wronged. They surrounded her bed, wailing in tongues long dead. When the morning came, the house was ash, and Livia stood alone in the garden, her blue eyes clear once more. Some say she lives still near the woods, guiding the blind and the broken to safety. And some say the stepsister can still be heard, scratching from under the floorboards,